Hi everyone, I'm Donna Norris, Soul Level Intuitive. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for tuning in. It's great to be here as we we're in this in between. Christmas is kind of done and we're maybe putting away those things and starting to think about what we're going to be doing in the new year or what we're going to be doing for New Year's to usher in the new year. There's a lot of things going on in my little town, and I don't know if you guys have any plans or if you want to just stay home, snug and warm, and watch the ball drop at Times Square or something on TV. It's all good. It's all just whatever works best for you and keeps your energy and you at a higher vibration, a higher frequency. Because that really has got to be our goal for 2025. If you don't set any other intentions or any other, some people call it resolutions or goals, lift yourself up. Focus on being positive and looking forward. We may not have individually the power to change the world, but we have the power to change our world. And what you focus on grows. So if you focus on the negative, well, then, you find more things to be negative about. But if you focus on well, why not me? And I'm going for it and I can do it. And, you'll have support and you'll find, that kind of stuff multiplies in your sphere as well. You'll attract other people who are also can do people who are also, want to improve their communication with their loved ones here in this realm and maybe also in the other realm. Some of you want to develop your psychic abilities. I think that's awesome. We need you. The world cannot have too many people, too many light workers. So let's all shine our light. And hopefully this time next year, we will be meeting and we will be talking about all the things that we're celebrating. So think about what you'd like to be celebrating this time next year. And how can I help you with that? Okay. So what I'm going to do now is kind of get started. And Bernadette, thank you for being here. How have your guides been communicating with you? Boy, that could take up a whole hour-long session just there by itself. But let me just tune into them real quick and see what they have to say. They are working with you through other people. So apparently you've been asking for some shifts and for some changes to take place. And these interactions that you're having with certain other people are bringing forward opportunities for you to step into your power and kind of retrain people how to treat you or speak your truth. But they're talking about how your guides are working with you toward that empowerment and toward bringing your dreams into reality. And sometimes, stumbling blocks are placed in our path, not necessarily as a test, but just as like practice, like your guides in the universe are going, are you sure? Because this is what you're going to run into. And, how we respond and handle those obstacles sets our course, for the, yes, this is really what I want. But what I'm also seeing is that your connection with them seems to be you're dialed in and then you set off on your day and they kind of like fall to the background. They're not foremost in your mind. So that what they're suggesting for you, Bernadette, is that you kind of, even if you have to like set an alarm on your phone, like every so many minutes to think about, okay, what is my next indicated action? What can I do to starting out the day? What can I do to better myself today? What steps can I take for my highest good today? And then every so often throughout the day, remind you, have you taken any steps? Have you taken anything toward that step you wanted to take today? And they're asking that if you're seeing that it's not working out or the life seems to be shifting you in another direction, go back to them, just almost like a constant contact, constant dialogue. Ask for signs, because they're bringing you signs through other people. They're also bringing you signs through like the literal signs, like the signs that you see on billboards or the signs that you see on bumper stickers, or maybe a personalized license plate. They're showing me like this montage of different ways that they're showing you signs. So you might also try asking for a certain sign just to kind of get in the groove. And whenever you find that certain sign comes your way, and I like to give them, 24, 48 hours to produce that sign. Like, I don't know, take the ever popular butterfly. If I'm supposed to be doing X, send me a butterfly. Well, it may not be an actual butterfly fluttering, but it might be one that you see on a book, or one that you see on a billboard, or one that you see, on your clothes. You open it up and there's a butterfly in the label of your new blouse or something like that. The signs are there, and be sure you thank the guides. Everybody likes to be thanked, even guides and angels. They all like to be thanked. But they're showing me that you've really got some good positive things coming your way, and it's going to be some looks like two major growth things happening for you, growth opportunities coming up for you in the new year. So I hope that helps. But they're saying that they're communicating with you mostly through the actions and interactions with other people. So I hope that helps. If that makes sense, please feel free to leave some messages in the comments, and I'll try to come back and see what you've got. Oh shoot, you've got more already. I paint a lot. That's all I do. LOL. Oh, nice. I don't know if you paint people or if there's somebody at the supply store. They're working with you through the people in your life. Very cool. Let me get back up and try to catch another question or two. Christina says, hi, it's good to see you. It's good to see you too. I understand we have puppies. For those of you who have been coming to these lives on a regular basis, Christina has two beautiful Shih Tzu dogs, and the female, Poppy, has just had 5 little babies. So yeah, Christina, feel free to put their names in the chat. And if anybody knows of anyone that would like to have a dog, these will be available, I'm guessing, the end of January, 1st of February, if they're not already spoken for. Beth Murphy says, hi from H-Town, my old stomping grounds in Houston. Anita says, hi. Bernadette, I'm happy you're here too. Okay. Fitztastic says, hi from Cyprus. So happy I finally made a live. Thank you for being here. Me too. Me too. And Joan Kiliko, hi. Thank you. Hey, Kat. Kat's here. Jessica's here. This is awesome. Anita would like to know, am I on the right soul path? You are where you're supposed to be right now, but you are far from finished with pursuing a deeper level of your soul path, if that makes sense. That you are supposed to be bringing other people along by also almost like by the example of how your life shifts and changes, and how you're going to have this increased level of sense of peacefulness, peace within you, and you just sort of exude that. I like to call the people like what you're going to evolve into, like teddy bear people. You meet the people that you meet and you just want to hug them. They just make you feel good to be in the same airspace. And so yeah, that's part of your soul path, is to be that kind of attracted toward the positive for other people. Way cool. Let me know if that makes sense for you. Christina says, puppy update. 3 girls and 2 boys on 12/23. And they're gaining weight. Oh. Are there any messages about Scooter during this time? Scooter is the daddy dog. Let's see. Scooter is Scooter might be needing a little bit of extra grace and a little bit of extra attention. I feel like he's feeling like he's the odd man out. Like he used to get a lot more attention than what he's getting now, obviously. But he's feeling kind of lonesome. Poppy obviously can't play with him right now. She's a little busy. Um, and he's curious. So I'm curious to know if he has shown any curiosity or interest in the puppies, or if he's just still feeling that, like, where did my girlfriend go? Where did my sister go? Kind of thing. So we'll see how that turns out in the chat. Bernadette, oh, you're a mom. That's awesome. Joe says, hi, Donna. Do you see a new companion animal coming to me in 25 or travel or both? Ooh, that's a good one. Oh gosh, I don't know what happened there, but I'm back. I do see a new animal coming in. There's an opportunity for one that shows up for you, and it feels like a cat. Could also just be but it's a very independent type of animal, but it doesn't feel like energetically you're feeling like it's the right time. So, and I am seeing like a road trip. I'm like a freeway, with the horizon in the distance. I'm being shown that. Just tuning in to see what else is out there. But I do see that you could maybe in the it's feeling like summer fall time frame be taking a trip. And I don't normally get messages that far in advance, so cool. I hope that works out. Maybe you get to plan it now and go later. That'd be nice. Thanks, Joe. Let's see. Judy Wycliffe says, hi, Judy. Hi, Donna. We would like to know how our dog Jenna is doing on the other side. Is she happy? Okay. Let's bring the dog in. So as Jenna comes in, she comes in almost like sliding in sideways, like oh my God, this is so great. I can't believe I'm talking to you. And she's making me aware of like treat sticks, like chew sticks, and she has tons of those. And she's also making me aware of an overflowing dog bowl. There's always plenty to eat. And she says, and I don't gain any weight. So I don't know if this makes sense for you, if that was a problem and you had to schedule her feedings or whatnot when she was in body. But on the other side, she's got unlimited buffet apparently. And she's showing me like she can be like super social and have other dogs to play with, other dogs to run around with. But she also has like her own little, it feels like a little cubby where she can go, and that's her place, just her resting spot. There are also like, looks like there are people around some of these other animals, and maybe, but there are people like in the background too. I'm being made aware of these people. But she's showing me, like she's making the sign like, okay, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be pulling back the curtain. And when your time comes, she's going to be right there to greet you and usher you in. This is a long way away, but you have to remember that for them, they don't have that same sense of linear time. Like there's no clocks. All they are is like right now. They live a lot like that in the physical, animals do, but for people and for animals, once they cross over to the other side, there just isn't the same sense of linear time that we think of here. So it could be 30 years from now before anything happens, or 40 years from now before anything happens with you and you're ready to cross over. But Judy, when you do, it'll be just like yesterday with Jenna. And but she is having a good time on the other side. I hope that makes sense for you. Let's see. Donna, I have a little kitten that the mom abandoned. It has difficulty breathing. I gave antibiotics, but will it be okay? Boy, this little kitten is a fighter. But it feels to me like there is something more going on in this cat's respiratory system than just what an antibiotic might be able to fix. So I don't know. I guess if you've got antibiotics, you've been to the vet, but my chest is heavy, and it's like not not necessarily heavy with congestion, just heavy, like it's physically pressing on this kitty. And I feel like it's a girl. I don't know, but she is fighting. So I hope you'll be able to come back and tell us in a week that this kitty is doing much better. And I'll hold the kitty on my Reiki list. For those of you who are new to my channel, or who are not familiar with my Reiki list, I am a Reiki master. And one of the things that I do for my community, for all of you, and for my clients is I have a monthly Reiki list. So if you or your animal are in need of physical, spiritual, emotional healing, would like some Reiki sent to you, when I do my meditation each morning and when I do my prayers, I go to my Reiki list and I focus on each person on my list every day. And so for now, I'm taking names, and my names are going for the month of January. Okay, so if you would like to be on my list for the month of January, please try not to email me in the chat. There's a chance I might miss that. So if you could just email me to my email address, connect@donnanorris.net, I'll be happy to add you to my Reiki list. And you can tell me as much as you feel comfortable saying about whatever's going on. And, in terms of what you would like healing for. And so I can help hold space for you with that intention. Okay. And there, I just put my email address for Distance Reiki is now in the chat for you guys. So, and I will put this kitty on my list. And I'm just going to call it Kitty Quilico. I'm going to do it now. I got my book right here. Just need a pen. Okay. Thank you for bringing that up. It's very hard to communicate with beings I can't see. I can appreciate that. I think that's a big reason, Bernadette. A lot of us don't rely more on our guides because we can't physically see them. There's no visceral feeling a lot of the time. But sometimes when you just ask for these signs, ask for them to give you a feeling, like give you a sense of a brush, or a cool breeze, or just some kind of something like that so that you can be assured that they are there. I can assure you they're there. I know they're there because they're here for you, and they're always going to be here for you. Whether we call on them or not, they're waiting, and they're here, and they just are waiting to be asked. And so they are definitely there. And if you're like having a hard time with believing in the faith, just have faith in my faith. You can borrow some of mine because I know they're there, and I know they're there for you. Mine are there for me. So it's just a matter of shifting into the perspective that this isn't the only realm of existence that there is, and that these beings come from the greater, the home base realm, and they come here specifically to help us navigate the challenges and the soul contracts that we've made with our guides on the other side, and with our creator, for things that we want to do to grow our soul, to evolve our soul in this time that we're here. So, and that's what they're here for. They're just helping to be good lieutenants, so to speak, to kind of keep us on our path and on our steps, in our steps. Oh my God, Medium Michelle is here. Hi, Michelle. Glad to see you. Thanks for coming. Thanks for stopping by. Carl, I'm late, but I'll rewind the video. That's okay, Carl. I knew you were sleeping. Carl is in the Philippines, so he's many, many hours different from us, and he had a question that he wanted an answer on. It says right here, may I hear from the masters for guidance next month? My left leg has been getting goosebumps since last night, more frequently than occasionally. What does this mean if it's a sign from my guides? Hold on just a moment. What I'm getting from your guides is that this is a signal, but it's more of a signal of a physiological thing that's going on with you, something physically that's going on, and it's something that you need to pay attention to. I'm not sure if back pain is part of what you're dealing with in your life. But this feels like that there's something coming up with regard to your back or your spine. Goosebumps is interesting, though. That's really interesting that it would be related to back, but this is what they're giving me. So I hope that helps. I hope you can maybe put your feet up a little bit. You've got a lot going on, as I recall. But try to take some time to put your feet up and rest. And thank you for coming back and tuning in. I appreciate you. Always good to have you here. Okay. Boy, oh boy. Hold on just a minute. I've got a little puppy here that usually is in my lap, and I don't know where he's been, but he's finally decided to join the party. For those of you who don't know, Bogey is my little pup. He usually sits in my lap, and even my private readings, and when I'm teaching everything, he's here all the time. So what animal spirit is with me right now, and why? Whew, that's a good one. This is really interesting that you bring this up at Statistic, because one of my things that I'm going to be doing for 2025 is learning a lot more about power animals and spirit animals and totem animals, and becoming a lot more proficient in helping people like you receive those animals or call them in. And you can call spirit animals in for certain things that you might want to accomplish, certain goals, certain projects, certain things that you're working on, just like you can your regular guide team. Animal guides, they work just the same way. So let me see if I can pull this person for you, this guide for you. What animal is it? This is it looks like a grasshopper or a cricket. Boy, where's my animal guidebook? Let's see. And what they have to say. Hang on, you guys. I don't know them all by heart. There's a zillion. Let's see what Cricket says. It's not as big as a grasshopper in my mind's eye. Cricket and grasshopper, oh my God, they're the same. They're actually the same on here. It's all about, oh my God, angelic messages, directness, forethought, like thinking before you speak, good fortune, and taking a leap of faith. It's really connected to with sharpened intuition. So, and air, earth elements. So I don't know if you're an earth sign or an air sign, but it's keyed into that. So that's really interesting. Yeah, those antennas, that you have. I think you as a human have antenna, and maybe that's where you can read a room. You're already a little bit intuitive, and so Cricket and Grasshopper are just coming in to help you build that, maybe focus on that and develop that a bit more. So I don't know if you've thought about doing anything like that, but Cricket and Grasshopper are here to help you. Wow, that's wild. Hey, Venus. Venus says, could you please tell me who or what it was yesterday that put their loving energy on my hand while I had it on my heart? Felt like a warm, full body hug. It was amazing. Well, this is, believe it or not, I just learned this not long ago. It's a wonderful trick that you can do whenever you're feeling down and whenever you want a hug and you want to receive a hug. Your brain actually receives a hand on the heart. You can just do this anytime, anywhere. Put your hand on your heart. Take a few deep breaths into your heart space, and your brain receives this hand on your heart, and it releases the same chemical reaction into your body as if you were getting a hug. But you obviously felt the hand of spirit on you, which is probably your guide. Could have been one of your deceased loved ones. I'll see if I can tune in and find out who it was. But isn't that awesome? Please, y'all, it's an excellent tool. It's a great way to just reset your day and lift your spirits when you need to just kind of get out of stinking thinking or get onto something new, shift your focus into something more positive. This is a great way to reset and just give yourself that pick me up, because who wouldn't need a hug? I mean, I live by myself and my dogs give hugs, but it's not the same. And so it's great to give yourself a hug. Okay. Sorry, Venus. Let me get back to you. Venus, you have a guide on your team. You have like two main guides, and while they don't have genders, they have this kind of energy about them that we perceive to be either masculine or feminine. And so this is more of a feminine energy. And what she is there to help you feel comforted, to feel safe, because you've been through quite a bit, and it feels like you're still going through it, and she's wanting you to know you're supported. So, but this is your guide. She almost has that kind of Kuan Yin goddess kind of feel to her, but she's definitely one of your two main guides. So I hope that helps. Wow, thanks for bringing that to us. Bridget says hi from Colorado. Hi, Bridget. I'm glad you're here. Rosemarie Palizzi says, hi, Donna. I spent Christmas time with my 10-year-old granddaughter. Oh, how cool. And noticed that she is very cranky and unhappy. Is she okay, or just was trying to get attention? Thank you. It's really difficult for me to, and I'll just be honest, because she's not your daughter. I know she's your granddaughter, but that 1 degree of separation, there's not the same kind of energetic link between you and your granddaughter unless you're a main caretaker for her all the time, as it would be like for one of your children. So I'll do what I can to try to make this connection and see if I can tap into her energy. So I do feel like she's feeling confused and overwhelmed, and she's worried about like school used to be really easy, and this year school is challenging her. There's one subject in particular that's challenging her more than in years past, and so she's struggling with a little bit of that, not good enough. Am I going to be good enough? Is everything going to be okay? So I think that's mostly what's going on with her. She's just used to having school be easy. And I think, all in all, the way she's dealing with it is she's trying to internalize it, but having somebody to talk to about, what's going on at school might be helpful if you have the ability to reach out to her and just see how things are going. And I know she's on school break right now, most likely, but to see what her favorite subject is, and just see if you can find a way to break the ice and give her an opportunity to talk if that's something that she wants to talk about. That there's something happening at school. So thank you so much for that question. And thank you for the energy of giving it back to me. So Beth says, what do I need to know about my journey to find my person this year? Wow. So this is going to sound interesting, but what your guides are saying is just say yes. When you're asked to do something extra, when you're asked to pitch in for something, the answer would just say yes. That this person is going to pop up in a place that you had never planned on, in a way that you had never expected. And so, but you have to put yourself in new and unexpected places in order to be in a position to be exposed to and meet your person. So they're trying to set up the dominoes for you. And this is my analogy. I feel like our guides and our angels, they're setting up the dominoes for us, even though we can't see what's around the corner, they can. And so I call it setting up the dominoes. So that when the time is right, you'll turn that corner, you'll say hi because you said yes, and then it'll be like boop, and then doop, 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 everything kind of just flows from there and falls from there. So, and it's feel to me like you're actually going to meet more than one interesting person who might have potential this next year. And they're literally showing me like opening your mind. So keep an open mind. I hope that helps, Beth. Thank you. Lois says, hi from Vancouver. Oh my God, I hope it's not too cold there. We're so lucky. We had a cold front, but now it's back to 75 degrees here where I am. Catherine says her son is starting something new. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Oh, here are the puppy names. The puppies are Holly, Cirque. Is Cirque named after that pet rescue pilot who was doing a pet rescue flight last week? Maybe it's been a week and a half now, and crashed. That was such a tragedy, but man, what a hero. And I want to say that person's name was Cirque. So if you named your puppy after that, I think that's awesome. And then Chloe and Skila and Sammy. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Love puppies. They'll be available closer to March. Just going to keep them 10 to 12 weeks. And they're not all spoken for yet, so woo! We may have to get those posted somewhere so people can see pictures. If you're interested in a beautiful Shih Tzu, their mommy and daddy are both gorgeous. Barb P says, hi, thank you for working today. This is not work. This is fun. This is exciting for me. And I feel an honor and a privilege that you guys are here so that I can be of service. So thank you for that. Is this buzzing in my ears a spiritual vibrational thing or a medical issue? It comes and goes the last few months. Let me tune in, Barb, and let's see. Yeah, they're giving it to me to feel too now. And sometimes it's louder than other times. Like the volume's literally turning up in my ear right now. So yes, what this is and what they're making me aware of is that, these are like energetic downloads that you're getting, not necessarily like data, like information, like you're getting a data feed or anything like that. But this is just energy that they're sending you to help you as you get ready to up level and evolve. And it's designed to help you be ready to tune into your senses and be willing to work with them. So it's a good sign. It's a good way to know that they're there. They're helping you grow. They're helping you to raise your vibration. But it does not feel like tinnitus or tinnitus or however you pronounce that, ringing in the ear disease. It does not feel like that. This feels from them like this is something that they're giving you to help lift you up and get you ready for new things. You've got some positive stuff headed your way, and you're going to need this extra energy and this extra bit of, they're saying discernment. I'm hearing the word discernment. So yeah, stay tuned and tap into them. You can also, getting back to Bernadette's question about guides, and this might be helpful for you too, Barb. If you have any divination tools like cards or a pendulum or something like that, you can pull up your cards. Let me just grab some. I'm just going to grab these Archangel cards that I've had forever. There used to be a lady named Doreen Virtue, and she was the angel lady back in the day when I first got started with this work. And I became a certified angel card reader through her, and she had put out these cards. So just if you want, pretend they can be on anything. You can just go and pick one. You can get them online. Several people have free apps that have cards in them. I think Colette Baron Reed has 3 different types of oracle card decks that you can just download for free and use. But pull a card a day and just ask, what do I need to focus on? What do I need to know for my highest good today? This one is Archangel Azrael is coming in, Barb, for comfort. Isn't that interesting? Buzzing in the ears can be kind of a pain and sort of frustrating, irritating kind of thing after a while. But it says, Archangel Azrael says, I am with you and helping you to heal. So right on. That one's for you, Barb. I do feel like it is definitely a spiritual growth thing. And I've had that happen to me before in the past. And it's, for me, it lasted a couple of years until I finally started listening. Because I'm a lot like Bernadette was saying she was earlier. It's hard to communicate and get into a habit of communicating with something that you can't see or feel or touch or whatever. But I just had enough energetic two-by-fours between the eyes for me to realize that, this isn't just me just being smart, just knowing things. I'm being given this information. And my intuition is an ability. It's like a muscle. I can develop it. And so I started developing it. When I started developing it, all of a sudden, I could feel the difference between me having an inspired thought and me being given information claircognizantly. So anyway, I think that this is a signal that it's going to be good time for you to be tapping in. Wow. Good luck with it. I hope they don't make you go through it for as long as I did. Please listen. Please tap in and try to work with them. Some of the same things that I was talking about earlier, asking for signs and talking and listening and thanking them when you do get your answers and when you do get your sign. And it helps build your faith because you're stronger than you know. Every single one of you, including me, we're stronger than we know. And we're the ones we've been waiting for. There's not going to be any Lone Ranger riding in to save us. The power and the happiness and the determination and our growth and what happens with us and for us comes from within us. So please be ready and get ready for good things. Christina says Scooter is very curious. Oh, good. So he is showing an interest in the puppy. He's trying to get in her bed. He's done it a couple of times, and she's patient. Oh, I knew she'd be a good mom. She's only snapped at him once. Well, you got to set boundaries. But he's barking at her as you're talking about him. That figures. Oh, okay. Here we come back to Catherine. I call her Cat. In interest of full disclosure, I know her. I've done readings for her before. Son is starting a new venture. Will he be successful? Well, let me just tune in. Actually, what I'm finding is that he is seeing that getting this going and keeping this sustained is going to take a lot more than what he thought in terms of investment of his time and energy. And he's willing to do it at least for the foreseeable future. I'm looking down a timeline, kind of like a yardstick, if you can imagine that in your head. And in the foreseeable future, he is dedicating to putting in the time and the energy and the effort because it's not going to be, instant good money, but it will be definitely in a really short timeline in terms of new businesses. And for those of you who don't know that, I have been in business for myself in more than one business for over 20 something years now. And the average time to get to a level of profitability and comfort with a new business is 5 years. And so what they're showing me is that he will be at that place where he will be needing help within 2 years. I mean, he'll be needing more help, and he'll be at that fork in the road where you decide how big you want to be. So, yay. Good for him. Okay, let's see. What else have I got? Oh, Joe says, thank you. I was thinking about taking a road trip. Definitely do it. It was a really good feeling. Look at that sunset at the end of the freeway. Oh, and this comes back to Jenna, the dog that had passed. Judy says, Jenna loved her food but never gained an ounce. She has serious fears of people and other dogs in this life. Well, now she's kind of gotten past that. Isn't that awesome that she's got all these other people and dogs in her life now that she's cool with and she's happy? So that's a good sign. I can hope you can take some comfort and get some peace from knowing that. That's really cool. Kathy Beer, hi Kathy, says, early Christmas morning while asleep, I had a male person speak to me. I didn't recognize the voice, but I feel he was in his early 30s. This has never happened to me before. Who was he? Thank you. This feels to me, Kathy, like they're asking you to ask, who was he? Tap into, ask your guides, ask him, how can I help you? Because it could be that he could be just a deceased spirit, just kind of passing through your consciousness. It could be a guide trying to speak to you. I don't know if you can remember what was said or if you held a conversation. I don't have a lot of information here. This would be a candidate possibly, for a private reading to kind of get more into the gist of what went on. But I feel like you're being called. And I don't know if anybody's ever told you that you're a natural medium, but this is a sign. This is one of the most common signs that, people just pop in. As a matter of fact, that's kind of how I got into doing mediumship for people, because I came into this work reading cards for people, using other divination tools for people. But when it came to psychic and mediumship, I have a real passion for animals. And so I got into doing readings of that type, more for animals. But people kept popping in. So it's like, and I had been to a class where, a fairly well-known medium told me I was a natural medium. But again, I'm the recalcitrant medium. I was not wanting to listen, not wanting to believe it. And so it takes what it takes. So I hope that you won't be me. I hope that you will kind of be open-minded and ask for that person, that spirit, to come back, because it's obviously not there for harm, only there for good. You can also set up an energetic space in your home. Y'all can all do this. Set up an energetic space saying only beings of love and light are welcome in this home. All others must leave my house now with harm to none. God's will be done, however you refer to the Creator, in the name of your Creator, in the name of all that's sacred. Your home is your space and should be your private space. But if people have your highest good at heart, if people, don't have any ambivalence, or, they're coming in with benevolent energy, they're coming in seeking assistance or coming through to talk to you for some reason. It could be as a deceased loved one of yours coming back to say hello and to give you some guidance, or just to let you know that you have this ability. But I think what I see it as is a sign that you might want to ask for more, and ask them to tell you, and then thank them for whatever answer you get. Say thank you, and just ask them to come again and see what happens. Dang, that's kind of exciting. Please be sure, if you have a question, rather than just a general, are there any messages for me from anybody, put a name and a question for that animal or person, whatever your question is for that animal or person, and give me their name, and that way I can get to things a little bit faster. Okay. Wow, Joan says this little kitten with the taking the antibiotics is very small and cannot hear or make any sound. Man, there's definitely some additional challenge going on with that little kitty's body, and I hope it works out for you with the kitten. Okay. Breathing is labor, Joan says. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Calico kitten, she says. How cool. Judy says, thank you. You are so welcome. It looks like Carl and Venus have something going on with their dads, which is terrific. I love when you guys get to have conversations with each other in the chat. That's awesome. And Lisa P says, happy holiday, everybody, and happy Saturday. And Christina says a class on spirit animals would be great. Yes, I'm definitely going to be doing that. I've got so many things and so many ideas and classes I want to do that are in the works. Karen says, hi, and thank you for your service. A weird question. Is my broken ankle meant to happen or just a slippery shoe? It feels like it's learning me a lot. Yeah, that tends to happen, sometimes. So what I'm hearing from your guides is that they did not specifically cause you to break your ankle, but they have been trying to guide you into slowing your pace a little bit and taking a little more time for yourself. Boy, oh boy, are you busy. They show me that you're like, you remember the pinball machines, like back in the day, way back in the day, Pinball Wizard, and the ball and the paddles are just like you're acting and reacting and moving just about all the time. You're just one thing to another. And so this was kind of a radical way to slow you down, but they're not saying that they specifically caused you to injure yourself. I don't think the guides would really do that. But since it happened, it's a great opportunity for a lesson in self-care and in moderating your pace, because that's what I'm hearing for you, is moderating your pace. Maybe as you start putting your calendar back together when you get on your feet, cut back the number of tasks or appointments that you give yourself each day. Mark Holmquist says, hello, Donna. Much thanks and love to you. Thank you. I shared your reading with my cousin when he returned from his vacation when his cat Flame passed. Oh, good. Well, I hope he was able to receive that. That's been, I'm not sure how long ago, but I vaguely remember that I did do a reading for you. So I'm glad. Thank you for telling me, following up. J. Melissa says, are there any messages for me, animal or human? I do have an elderly dog and a very old parrot. If you can, J. Melissa, go back in and give me the name of your dog and the name of your parrot. And if you have a question for them, they're going to have all kinds of messages. And that's the kind of thing, if you want to know what they want to say, that's a really good time for a private reading, because then we have a whole hour and I can talk to both of them and we let the animal lead. I like to let the animal lead. Of course, you get to ask questions, but we mostly talk about what they want to talk about. So it's just difficult in this kind of format to go into, are there any messages? Sure. But if you have a specific question, that's really what this kind of live situation is geared for. And thank you so much for being here. I hope you can rephrase that and come back in with a question for me. And thank you. Joe says, Bogey's cute. Thank you. I think so. He was a surprise. I was not looking for another dog, but when he was born to my neighbor, and I just fell in love with him from the instant he was born. And so just happened to be a God deal and worked out that I was able to get him. And he's been a dream. He's really a mess. He thinks everybody's supposed to be his friend, and he just has no sense of boundaries whatsoever. That can be a good thing, and that can be a not so good thing, because not every dog wants to be friends. And he's really attracted to big dogs. The bigger, the better. His favorite buddy is a Great Dane, and we see that Great Dane on a regular basis. It's hilarious. He only comes halfway up the Great Dane's leg. So he jumps up and the Great Dane jumps down, and they do the Eskimo nose kiss thing. It's really cute. But let's see. Fitztastic says she's Earth all the way, rising and sun. Oh, and moon. Gee whiz. Yeah, I think you're on your way. Boy, that'd be cool. Let me know if I can be of service to help you with that. Venus said, I felt pressure on my hand that made my hand heavy. Yeah, that's definitely your guide saying you are supported. Hang on. Definitely. She was letting you know, you're not alone. We are not alone. None of us are. We feel it because we're the ones that create that sense of separateness and being apart from our fellow man, our guides. And the reality is we're really all separate iterations, separate reflections of the divine light of spirit, but we all zero back to spirit. I have a disco ball theory. I don't know if I've ever subjected any of you guys on this call to my disco ball theory, but if you remember what a disco ball looks like, it's just all those little facets of glass, mirror glass, and the light would shine on it, and and that, if you could imagine all of the people on the planet, that the center of that disco ball is the divine spark, the divine light. And it just shines out through all these different facets to create all of us in our individual iterations. And so, that's how, but we all go back to the same, we are all one energy from one creator. And we eventually will all evolve up to a level where we won't have to come back and do these lifetimes anymore, because we will get to a place where we can become guides, or we can, work on the other side more and help humanity. So that's so cool, though. And she did say, I felt so comforted and safe with that energy. I sat with it for a while. Yeah, I can only imagine. That's so cool. Leah says, "Hi, Leah. Hello, Donna. Hope you had a great holiday and better new year." I did. I did. I had a great run up to Christmas and had a really nice, quiet Christmas day and got to talk to my kids and children. And so that was nice and have dinner with friends. It was really just a beautiful holiday. Looking forward to the new year. I have a friend from Texas coming to visit, so we'll be we'll be playing around and doing fun stuff. I'm taking a bit of a vacation, so I will not be doing a live next week. It'll be 2 weeks before my next live after today because I've got company. And so I like for this to be confidential, at least on my end. I don't do readings when there are other people in the house. So just to protect you guys. So thank you. And I guess I am not seeing any other questions, and we are just about out of time. Man, that flew by. So thank you so much. I hope all of you set an intention, light that spark within you because you're beautiful and you deserve to shine and you deserve all the best that 2025 has to bring us. Yes, we're going to probably have some collective challenges, and yes, we're probably going to all have some personal challenges. But when we get to the other side of that, that sense of accomplishment and that sense of I did it, I made it, and I'm okay. They can't kick us off the planet, right? So we've got the, unless it's our time to cross, but that's not coming in. I'm not getting that energy from anybody on this call. So I feel like for this next year, we're in it to win it, and we're in it together, and I'm here to support you. So please feel free to check out my videos. I'm doing a series right now on crystals. The energies, crystals have energetic frequency just like our bodies do, like we do, and animals do, and all living things have frequency. Crystals also have frequency, and people use them in science. That's where quartz watches came from. Some of them are electric, some of them are magnetic, some of them have other frequencies for different types of physical healing, emotional healing, spiritual healing. That's the series I'm working on now. I did a series on crystals for physical healing that you can find on my channel. And I'm doing one now that releasing a few, like one every couple of days for spiritual and emotional well-being and empowerment. And then after that, I'm going to be doing crystals for psychic development and for psychic healing and psychic empowerment. So that's on the crystal, side. There's a specific category for crystals on my channel that you can go to. But if you have any ideas for any kind of topic, please feel free to put comments on this video on my YouTube channel or post it, anywhere. Give me an email and let me know what you'd like to hear more about. And I'm happy to help. Look forward to working with you guys in the new year. And thank you so much for being here. If you're new to my channel, I hope you like it. I hope you hit like and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye for now and Happy New Year. Love y'all.